bend your knees. And bring the left hand to the left knee and the right hand to the right knee. And then circle your knees out to each side, apart and back in. Så vi cirkler knæene væk fra hinanden i hver sin retning og rundt. Lubricating the joint in your hip flexor and your sacrum. Change direction. And now stop the movement, interlace your fingers around your knees and press the knees and thighs towards your belly and chest. And then move a little bit from side to side, massaging the kidney area, the lower back, the base of your lungs. Giving them vitality and new life. It's like hugging them and giving them some loving attention. Så når vi ligger her og vipper fra side til side, så masserer vi nyreområdet og nederste del af lungerne. Det er også berørt. Vi giver lidt kærlig opmærksomhed her. And then stop the movement. Lift your forehead to your knees. And you might want to interlace your fingers under the knees. It's up to you. But now you swing your legs and you just roll up and down. Roll up and down. Massaging the spine. One more time. And then stay down. Bring the feet to mat. And stretch out your legs. And bend your knee one more time. Bring your legs up. So you lift the legs up. Circle your feet. And change direction. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to move into the next exercise that will create some heat in the body, some warmth, because we're working with repressed anger and frustration. So this exercise, when we read about it, what it does for the soul or for the whole emotional system, it's anger and frustration. So you're lying down, you're not sitting up, you just stay with your feet up. I'm just sitting up so you can hear my voice better in the back. So just stay down with your legs up. And if you want support, you can place your hands under your buttocks. You might need it, you might not need it. Så hvis du har brug for støtte, så kan du tage hænderne lidt under ballerne som støtte. But it's very important when you do this exercise that you push your lower back into the mat. So there's no space between your back and the mat, okay? Now you bring your legs down and you feel how far down can they go, where you still keep that space closed between your back and the mat. And then you're going to move up and down your legs like a zigzag, like a scissor, up and down. And you inhale and exhale through the nose in the rhythm of the movement of your legs. And if it's too much for you, if you can feel, oh wow, this is just too intense for my lower back or my hip flex or whatever, then do the exercise with your knee bent. So you just dip your toes into the floor and you move with your knees bent. Så hvis det her det er for meget for dig, du kan mærke, at det er simpelthen for intens for lænden eller andet, så bøj knæene og dyp tæerne i gulvet og løft dem op og ned og op og ned. Okay, we take a little break. Interlace your fingers around your knees. Relax. Just allow the energy that you just created to move as you're working with releasing anger and frustration, so you don't carry it with you and make it go inside and hurt yourself, and you don't carry it with you or make it go outside and hurt somebody else. So sometimes we just didn't know what to do with some of our frustrations, and it stays in the body, and we can do a little workout to help it release. So we're going to do it again. Lift your legs up, and when you're ready, move with your breath. If you feel you have a lot of energy and strength and you want to add to it, you interlace your fingers and place them under your head so the elbows are resting on the floor to each side. Press the lower back into your mat and breathe. Yes, you're doing great. Get it out of your system. Connect to that energy. Maybe you didn't set your boundaries. Maybe you didn't say no when you actually felt like a no. Just last 10 seconds. And stop. Interlace the fingers around your knees. Your knees are bent. Relax. Allow the energy to move and soften. Just let whatever emotion is coming up, allow it to be met by you. Hvad end der kommer op af følelser eller fornemmelser, lad det blive mødt. You are so much bigger. There's so much more potential in you. There's so much light and love that needs to be shared, and so much peace and stillness and beauty that needs to be experienced. We move together to release the tensions in the body, to meet a greater, more peaceful, joyful inner state. It's just something that happens by itself. But in order to expand life within us and around us, we also want to build up the capacity to expand the uncomfortable. Så for at kunne udvide livets glæder og sansninger, så må vi også være i stand til at udvide vores evne til at rumme ubehag. Hver eneste menneske må møde forskellige ubehag og udfordringer. Og hvordan møder vi det? Hver gang vi møder det, er det en invitation til at kunne rumme, blive holdt, søge støtte. Og når vi gør det, så rummer vi også livets skønhed mere. Det hænger sammen. Så det er ikke altid en fejl, at vi går igennem svære ting. It's not always a mistake that we meet difficult landscapes, because it expands our capacity to live life and take the beauty in even deeper. Let's do this one more time. So lift up your leg, place your hands under your head or under your buttock. You choose, it's your choice. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale through the nose if you can. If you cannot, do it through the mouth. So you just find what is best for you. Yes, you're doing great. And in order to be able to do that 1 minute, you have to get in touch with some of your inner strength, that fire, that anger. But the anger is also a sign of healthy boundaries. Så for at kunne gøre denne øvelse nu de her sidste 20 sekunder, så skal vi have fat også i den her indre styrke, som også ligger i vreden. Last 10 seconds, you're doing great. And then you can relax. You might want to relax with your knees bended, interlace your fingers around them, or you can bring your feet to the floor and knees out to the side like a butterfly. Or you can come into constructive rest with the knees supporting each other. Så du vælger den afspænding, der er god for dig, hvordan det er bedst at ligge for dig lige nu. So when we work with the cleansing and detoxing, we need to energetically move with a little bit of inner power and strength. But I want you to be aware of your inner landscape today, because we don't always have to push. Sometimes it's nice to get that force behind it. Other times we release and relax better with less effort. So it's your job to just listen to yourself. Keep the warmth on because it's cool, but I'm just opening the window a little bit to circulate the air. And now you can bend your knees, interlace the fingers around the knee, and roll up and down the spine a couple of times and come all the way up sitting. And then you turn and come on your belly like this. The next exercise is cleansing, and it's also a little bit crazy, but that's how it is. It's the Kali energy that helps release and cleanse toxins. So you inhale nose. And you might want to come all the way up in the cobra as you're lifting, pushing from your hands, but you can also just stay with the elbows on the floor. If it's too much for your lower back, just bring your arms a little bit further in front and you just move up and down like this. Okay? Up to you. Inhale up. And then you open your eyes and stick out your tongue and you exhale through the tongue. Yes. Take the tongue in before you touch the floor and then inhale up. Last three. The last one. And stay down, relax. Let the belly be soft. And lift up your head and place the other side of your face into the mat. So you stretch the other side of your neck. When we do this breathing with the tongue out, it has an alkalic effect on the body. You create like alkaline, more, you release acid. Så det bliver mere, det her åndedræt gør, at vi vækker mere basisk alka i stedet for syre. Så vi neutraliserer syren i kroppen en lille smule. Og derved også nedsætter inflammation. Tag en dyb indånding ind. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. And come up on your knees and hands. And circle your hips. So you soften the lower back. And you can change direction. And you bend your back, just skyd ryg som en kat. Just bend your back like a cat, stretching. Breathe in this stretch. Just stay here and breathe and feel the whole spine as you stretch it. release the stretch. And come lying on your back. Knees are bent and the feet are lifted from the mat. And then your arms are pointing straight up towards the ceiling, with the fingertips pointing towards the ceiling and the palms facing each other. Now inhale and stretch your legs and bring your arms down. Exhale, arms up and bend your knees again. Inhale, stretch your legs out and bring your palms to the floor. And exhale, come back. Ånd ind, stræk benene, armene ned langs siden. Ånd ud, bøj knæene, armene op igen. Inhale, nose, exhale, nose. Push your lower back into the mat when you stretch your legs. You're strengthening your core and you're strengthening and centering yourself into the I am energy. Move in your own pace with your own breath. This exercise is a chakra flow. It activates and strengthens the center of your whole body, from the top of your head and all the way down to the root center. Imagine that your heart is the engine and your breath is the fuel. And you find the strength from the light of your heart and bring it to all the energy centers in your body. Three more times. And the last one. Interlace your fingers around your knees and relax. Now move both knees together in circles. Cirkel knæene samme vej rundt. Exhale in the side and change direction. You're doing great. And then come into constructive rest. Place your feet on the side of the mat and the knees are supporting each other. And the hands on below your belly button. So Nordic Kundalini Yoga is a technology that in every exercise is helping to make your nervous system vibrate and be safe and relaxed. It's a technology to uplift your soul and your energy and to release tensions and stress. It's a very de-stressing yoga form, but we move with energy. All the movement in the body, all the breathing is to move the energy within you. So it's like an inner spring cleansing. And when we move the energy and we have less stopped energy, we can much better get in touch with the joy, the peace, but also a power that is carried by the light of the heart. And this yoga form wants to support you from being nice to be kind. Så det er en bevægelsesform og en meditationsform, der ligesom støtter hele vores nervesystem og vores mentale krop og vores følelsesmæssige krop i at være i større ro, men også i mere glæde. En glæde, som er båret af fredfyldthed og ikke sådan anspændthed. Så prøver vi også med de her åndedræts meditationer og det her åndedræts terapi, som det faktisk er. Men også med styrkeøvelserne og vende vores indre væren til at være, fra at være sød til at være venlig. Forstået på den måde, at vi er båret af en venlighed i hjertet. Men at vi ikke bare er søde for andres skyld, at vi også tør at være ærlige i forhold til, hvem vi er og hvor vi er. Så en dyb indånding, inhale deeply. And now bring your knees parallel to each other. We're going to do some pelvic lifting. So just slowly inhale and roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, and come up with your pelvic and hips lifted. And on your exhale, you just roll the spine back down. Inhale and roll the spine up. Exhale and roll it back down. If you can, then inhale and exhale through the nose. Massaging the breath up and down the spine. Releasing little tensions that you have in your back and your spine. Just continue moving up and down. The Kundalini has this pace of doing the exercises 3 to 4 minutes. And like I said in the beginning, if you need a break, just take a break. Inhale deeply, exhale in a sigh, and then maybe start again. You can stay in this slow and nice pace, rolling up and down, or you could follow and move with a little more dynamic pace. So it's up, down, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and you strengthen your buttocks and your lower back. Last 3. Inhale, stay up and squeeze your buttocks. Klem ballerne. Exhale, stay up, relax your buttocks. Stay up, just breathe. Træk vejret og bliv oppe. Slap af i ballerne. Træk vejret. Du må gerne trække vejret ind ud gennem munden. And relax down. Interlace your fingers around your knees and push your knees towards your belly and chest. Beautiful. Move a little bit from side to side. And then come into baby pose. So you see if you can grab your feet or your ankles and bring the knees out to the side. And let the weight of your arms push your knees towards the mat. Inhale deeply. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And now interlace your fingers around the knees. Bring your forehead to the knee and roll up. Come up sitting. Just close your eyes. Feel your entire body. And just notice maybe there are little changes. Maybe you had a tiredness or pain this morning. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more. When we start to move the energy, something will release and go, and other things will be a little bit more intense for a little while before it releases. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. But I really want you to just close your eyes and just feel, how are you? How is the body? How is your mind? How does it feel to be here right now? And also I want you to listen, because I want you to be aware in these days that if there is something coming up in your body, that you might catch it in the beginning and you look at it with kindness and love, and you take that into your exercises. That maybe your body has a place right now that needs some love and kindness. Okay, we will move into the next exercise. And just imagine that you have a midline that goes through your head and all the way through your body into earth, into the center of the earth. So you're connected. And then you start to circle counterclockwise around with your upper body. Just a slow circle. Så du har den her midterakse. Og forestil dig, at du cirkler rundt om. It's like you're circling your heart around your own midline. You can bring your hands to your heart center for coherence, or you can keep them on your knees. And then we're going to chant this mantra to activate that inner light and joy. Call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light, call on the light, I call on the light within.
There's Buddha, Nanak, Allah, Jehovah, Brahma, and the true Guru. Jesus, Moses, and Vishnu, Krishna, Rama, and the God in you. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. Time has come for us to stand tall. Call on the light that shines within. Call on the light within.
like you're circling the light into your body and around, like strings of light. Ligesom du spinner lys ind i kroppen og rundt om dig. God energi. And next time you circle back, change direction and move the opposite side. Så just skift retning. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. Call on the light. Call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. Call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. Call on the light. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. I call on the light within. Bring your hands to your heart. Call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light within. I call on the light. I call on the light. I call on the light within. And gently stop the circle. And just stay in the center with your hands on your heart. Inhale. Hold your breath, root lock. Gently squeeze at the root center, the base. Exhale, release the lock. Hold the breath out, root lock. No inhale yet. And now inhale. Exhale. Calling the light within, expanding that light in all our cells. May they be happy, healthy. Now we're just going to do a little stretch for the legs. So stretch them out, shake them. And then you come up and you place your hands around your ankles. And you inhale and lift up your chin. And you exhale and bend your knees. You can bring your feet a little bit out to the side and you bend down just as far as it feels okay. If it's only just a little bit bent, that's fine. And you inhale and you stretch your legs and bring your head down, and you exhale and you bend your knees. Inhale nose. Exhale nose. If it's too much to hold your ankles, you can just hold over above your knees. And just bend and stretch a little bit. You don't have to overdo it. Everything works. 3 more times. And then come all the way down, sitting. Place your hands on the heart. We're just going to end with a very short meditation with a mantra: Satnam, 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 Wa, He, Guru. And you try if you can do the whole mantra in one breath, and then you inhale. And you do it again in one breath. And as you do Satnam, 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 the belly goes more and more and more in. So it's Satnam, 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 Wahe. And you hold the breath and you push the belly in as you say Wahe Guru. Then you inhale. The belly goes out. And then Satnam, 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 Wahe Guru. And then you inhale. And the belly goes out. Does it make sense? All right, just do the best you can. This is really, really good for your digestive system to flush out toxins. Yeah, just wait. Maybe before or after the coffee, maybe after coffee especially, then it's really good. Satnam, 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 Wahe Guru. 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 Inhale, relax, and you exhale. Be soft in your belly again. And just feel the exercise. When you feel ready, come lying on your back as we do a 7-minute integration, relaxation. And just the floor might be a little cold, so just make sure that you're warm. You can either put the blanket over the mat and maybe have a sweater on, or you can cover yourself in your blanket. What a beautiful way to start the morning together, moving in the dawn, that beautiful little short time between the darkness and the light. And you've been moving your body and your breath in so many different ways. Just allow all that needs to release you go into earth. It's like earth is just taking everything. And in return, imagine that energy from nature is just pouring into your cells. The sun, the green, the blue, the sand. Just really allow your body and soul to be embraced by this island and the energy of this place on earth that has a more warm energy to it. We are blessed with more light. Imagine that you are covered in a cocoon of light. It's like the light from the universe and the sun is moving closer around you. Og forestil dig, at du ligger badet i en kokon af lys. And it's filling up the space around you. It cleanses you and brings you new energy. Nothing you have to do. Just relax. Your body is connected with earth. Your body is connected with light. And you find peace and strength here. your next inhale become a little bit deeper. On your exhale, gently move your fingers and toes. When you feel ready, you can stretch your arms over your head and inhale deeply in a nice stretch from toes to fingertips. And then come into cat stretch, lying down. It's a twist. So you bend your left knee, bend the left knee and bring it to the right. And stretch your left arm out to the left. So you're twisting your spine, still lying down. Breathe down to your lower back. And then change side, opposite leg, opposite arm. And come to center. Interlace your fingers around your knees, move a little bit from side to side, and then rub your hands, rub your feet. Come up sitting, palms together in front of your heart. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Peace in our lives, love in our homes, and strength in our hearts. Satnam. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. It's really beautiful to be in the room with you. I hope you feel good.